pray most days while taking a walk. Some people kneel, others sit in a chair. I walk. When in Mexico, my walk begins with a very steep climb that takes your breath away because it's at 7,500 feet altitude. About an hour later, I make my trek down this same steep hill. It's occurred to me on more than one occasion that I should be different when I come down the mountain from having prayed than when I went up the mountain to pray. Among other topics I bring up to the Lord as I pray are the concerns I have for those close to me and for myself as well. I ask God for His help in a variety of ways depending on the situation. I believe God hears my prayers, has the power to answer them the way I've requested, and has the wisdom to know if my request should be granted. I've preached on how God answers prayer and have written on the subject numerous times. You'd think I'd come down the hill less concerned about these issues and more confident in God working them out, but such is not always the case. I can catch myself as burdened and full of worrisome thoughts coming down the hill as when I went up. This shouldn't be. I should come down the mountain changed inwardly in some way. A greater peace should be mine after bringing my concerns before the Lord. Well, what helps me correct this problem isn't really all that complicated. For one thing, I remind myself that my attitude should be different. God's given us the ability to do self-analysis, see what needs changing, and then decide to make it so. Okay, that's not often easy to do, so I ask God to help me. Frankly, we need His help with everything, so asking His help and responding the right way in prayer makes sense. And finally, I remind myself that God often says in His Word that He hears us. He is listening. The closing verse in this short meditation is a good example that I'll share in just a moment. Yes, prayer changes things, but most importantly, prayer should change us. In Psalm 18, verse 6, the psalmist states, "In my distress I called upon the Lord. To my God I cried for help. From His temple He heard my voice, and my cry to Him reached His ears." God bless you.